In 77 AD, Roman author Pliny the Elder wrote about farmers in his area using marl, which was a sedimentary rock made of calcium, along with shells in their fields to improve them. He called it a long-standing practice, which means it was going on a whole long time before he wrote about it. 2,000 years later, gardeners are still grabbing their eggshells from breakfast and carrying them out to their compost pile because we know that calcium is good for our plants and we have a free resource right on our kitchen counter. So how important are those eggshells to our garden? That's what we're going to discuss today. Hi, I'm Carol from Almost 2 Acres. Let's talk eggshells in the garden.
Today's video is for everyone who has been rinsing and saving eggshells without quite being sure what to do with them. Or for those of you who have heard that eggshells keep slugs away, fix blossom end rot, and do all kinds of other things and wondered how much of that is actually true. Let's start with what an eggshell actually is, because that tells us everything. A chicken eggshell is roughly 94% calcium carbonate, the same compound as agricultural lime and garden lime. The remaining fraction is made up of magnesium carbonate, calcium phosphate, and a small amount of organic proteins that form the shell's structure. That calcium carbonate content is not a trivial amount. A single large eggshell contains roughly 2 grams of calcium, and about 90% of that is potentially available to soil chemistry over time. The University of Illinois Extension lists eggshells as a legitimate calcium source for compost and soil amendment, with the key phrase being over time. Because here is the catch. Calcium carbonate in this form is not water soluble. It does not dissolve and release into the soil the way a liquid fertilizer does. Breakdown requires physical crushing and biological activity, and that process is slower than most gardeners expect. If you toss whole eggshells into a compost pile, they will still look like eggshells months later. I have pulled them out of finished compost that is otherwise fully broken down. The structure is that durable. Whole or slightly crushed eggshells resist breakdown because the calcium carbonate mineral structure is physically dense and the surface area exposed to microbial activity is very small. What changes that is simple: crushing. If you crush eggshells into a fine powder or at minimum into small fragments before adding them to compost, you dramatically increase the surface area. Microbes and the natural acids in an active compost pile can then begin to work on the calcium carbonate and break it down into plant-available forms much more efficiently. Here is the practical takeaway. Eggshells absolutely belong in your compost pile, but crush them first. A rolling pin, a baggy end hammer, or a dedicated jar you shake like a maraca all work. You don't need powder, but you want pieces smaller than a fingernail. That one step changes how useful they are. You can also add crushed eggshells directly to your garden beds rather than going through the compost pile. This makes particular sense in 2 situations. The first is if you are gardening in acidic soil. Calcium carbonate is alkaline. It works the same way lime does. It slowly raises soil pH. For Zone 4 gardeners, especially those of us working with soils that have become acidic over time, this is useful. The important word there is slowly. Eggshells are a mild pH amendment, not a fast-acting one. If you have highly acidic soil that needs correcting, you will still want to use agricultural lime and do a soil test first. Eggshells are not a substitute for that, but as a long-term ongoing amendment worked into beds each season, they contribute. The second situation is when you're growing heavy calcium feeding crops. Tomatoes, peppers, squash, and brassicas especially benefit from reliable calcium availability. For these crops, working crushed eggshells into the planting hole at transplant time is a practice supported by several university extension recommendations. Cornell Cooperative Extension and the University of Minnesota Extension both note calcium as a key nutrient for tomatoes and peppers in particular. The timing matters. You want that calcium in the root zone before the plant begins flowering and setting fruit, because calcium deficiency shows up late. Blossom end rot gets blamed on calcium deficiency more often than it should be. Blossom end rot is a physiological disorder caused by calcium not reaching developing fruit tissue, but in most gardens, including Zone 4, the soil is not actually low in calcium. What causes calcium to fail to reach the fruit is inconsistent watering. Calcium is a low mobility nutrient. It moves into the plant through water uptake. When watering is irregular, wet, dry, calcium transport stalls and blossom end rot follows even when plenty of calcium is in the soil. So eggshells are not a treatment for blossom end rot in progress. They are not fast acting enough, and in most cases low soil calcium is not the cause anyway. The treatment for blossom end rot is consistent soil moisture, mulching, and even irrigation. Where eggshells do contribute is as a slow-release preventive amendment in soils that have been tested and confirmed low in calcium, or as part of a long-term soil building strategy. That's an eggshell's useful role. It's just more modest than the eggshells cure blossom end rot framing that, circulates widely. Now let's talk about slugs. The idea is that crushed eggshells around plants create a sharp-edged barrier that slugs and snails will not cross because it damages their soft bodies. It is one of the most widely repeated pieces of garden advice on the internet. But the research doesn't support that well. A study published in the journal Crop Protection, one of the more often cited pieces of work on this question, tested eggshells as a physical slug barrier and found they were not effective. Slugs crossed eggshell barriers readily in controlled conditions. The researchers also tested other types of material and found the results also poor for most physical barriers. Anecdotal reports from gardeners go both ways, and informal garden observations don't always match controlled study conditions. But the honest answer is, the evidence of eggshells as slug control is weak, and if you are relying on this to protect young transplants, you should have a backup plan. What does work for slug management? Iron phosphate-based slug baits, which are approved for organic use and are effective. Diatomaceous earth in dry conditions. Encouraging ground beetles and other predators, and removing debris and boards that give slugs daytime shelter. How much do you need? The recommended application rate for agricultural lime to meaningfully raise soil calcium is roughly 5 pounds per 100 square feet, depending on your soil type and current pH. An average large eggshell weighs about 5 to 6 grams. That means you need somewhere around 350 to 400 eggshells to match 1 pound of lime. That's not a reason to stop saving eggshells. It is a reason to have realistic expectations about what role they play. Eggshells work best as a steady, long-term contribution to your soil's calcium levels, not as a significant or rapid amendment. A household that eats eggs regularly and saves shells all winter and spring to work into beds at planting time is doing something useful. A household saving 1 carton's worth of shells and hoping to fix a calcium problem is working at a scale too small to make a measurable difference. Think of eggshells the way you think of wood ash or leaf litter, not as a primary amendment, but as a valuable resource that belongs in your system and accumulates real benefit over time. Here are some practical tips. Rinse your shells. Egg white residue left on shells will smell as they sit, and in a closed container in the kitchen, that gets unpleasant. A quick rinse and air dry on the counter solves this completely. Let them dry before crushing. Dry shells crush to powder much more easily than damp ones. Spreading them on a baking sheet in a low oven for 10 minutes or simply letting them air dry on the counter for a day both work. Remember to crush before composting or applying. This is the single most important step. Store in a jar on your counter. A wide-mouth mason jar with a loose lid or a Ziploc baggie are simple systems. When it fills up, it's ready to go. For planting holes, a tablespoon or 2 of crushed shells worked into the soil at transplant depth for tomatoes, peppers, and squash is a practical amount. For bed-wide applications, spread crushed shells and work them in with other amendments at the start of the season. Test your soil. This is the piece that makes all other amendments make more sense. A basic soil test through your local extension office, here in Minnesota that's the U of M extension, costs around $20 and tells you whether calcium is actually limiting in your soil. It removes the guesswork. There's a link in the description to the University of Minnesota Extension Soil Testing Service if you're ready to take the guesswork out of your amendments this season. If you aren't ready to try the U of M testing, I have an affiliate link to the home test kit to get you started. If you want real thorough help, though, go with the professionals. So, do eggshells work in the garden? Yes, with accurate expectations. They are a real source of slow-release calcium. They contribute to compost when crushed. They support soil pH stability over time. The farmers Pliny the Elder was writing about understood this instinctively. Shells and marl were a long game investment in their land, not a quick fix. 2,000 years later, that's still the right base.
Please take this moment to like and subscribe and leave a comment. Do you save your eggshells for your garden? Until next time, let's get growing. I'll be growing in Zone 4.